afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacaster. I'm your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda Hero, like Defender of the Fatherland. Off it an exciting 1 vs 1 on Kholodny Ferma. Between the ears, we got Findeed, Finland's finest, fighting here for the Fatherland. Germany, Deutschland. Rolling out here with the 9th, actually not 9th, but the 7th Panzer Division versus the West. We got Zarok fighting for the Soviet Union, Socialism, Mother Russia. Pushing out there for the 10th Mechanized Corps here with Shock Rifle Gun, Motor Mechanized Support, Triple Machine Gun Bulletins versus Findeed's Breakthrough, Scavenge, and Luftwaffe with Triple Infantry. And we're going here for support and Propagandacaster, looking like Zarok's back at his old Maximum Spam antics because they buffed the Maxims again. Which he's clearly, seemingly then intent to proving are busted again. So there we go, we got double engineers here with the Maxim on the way there for Zarok. We got double full switch doom pioneers out here for Findeed. First Maxim slowly rolling out there towards the front line, carted forwards by some guy named Pushkin. Push harder, Pushkin! Push harder! I'm pushing, but couldn't I just carry it with 6 men? Yet! You're the one with the ugliest claws and the biggest teeth, Pushkin. You must push. So Stalin has decreed. Really? Do you wish to ask him? No? Good. Third full scroll on there for Findeed. Sturm Pioneers avoiding enemy engagement there for Zarok, hitting Norfolks. Second Maxim way there for Zarok. Sandbags down. So far pretty quiet except those few shots there. Petrov dead, quite dead in fact. Looks like he tried to get himself back somewhere, but expired before that was possible. Trotting away there for Findeed could be mechanized, but likely his battle group headquarters, getting how early it is out. He's probably not anticipating Maximum Spam. Then again, this is Zarok, and well, Zarok is Maximum Spam. If he can get away with it, that is. Focusing Norfolks, wire off there to deny access to the house. Sturm Pioneers being suppressed here by the Maxim. Truck setting up, at least he's waiting for the fuel. He's close though, he's close. I mean, he could go for flat half tracks, light infantry guns to try and counter all of these Maxims. Smoke screens and the likes could be helpful in somewhat dealing with them. But we shall see what it ends up here between Zarok and Findeed. Third Maxim way there for Zarok. And the South Forces grabbing points here, there. Everybody, we got the Sturm Pass handing up north here, looking to perhaps set up for a surprise against Zarok. Indeed, you cheeky bastard. And he can go for the Belgrade headquarters now, and he does go for it. I mean, it looks good. If theoretically be a counter, then again, with the time delay, it might not be fast enough before Zarok then just brings up field guns, so he might just be thinking for light infantry guns and such. Sturm Pioneers, he was seemingly spotted, but there you go, got troops from the south, might hit the cuff point. Findeed thusly trying to outmaneuver Zarok here through clever maneuvers. Belgrade headquarters almost done. And there you go in the south. The trap is sprung, Max moves down, then he sets up with the Sturm Punch, going to try and hit the Maxim from an angle he doesn't anticipate. While using the force to keep the other Maxim tied down. There we go. Catching the Maxim between two infantry squads. Findeed strikes at Zarok. Well played there by Findeed. I think that was an overall really well thought out. The infantry maneuver, a bit risky here, but overall pays off. Zarok's Maxim is taking damage. They're going to send a grenade off as well. Very well played there by Findeed. Very well played. That was some ace play there again, disintegrated off against the other Maxim. Very good work cutting off Zarok from his fuel as well. Wunderbar. Back here, nothing further going on from Findeed hitting the fuel. And we got a fourth Maxim way there for Zarok. We got Scavenge from Findeed. An interesting choice here, probably because he wants the grenade assault and the Scavenge Jaegers to try and maybe sort of deal with the Maxims. Line for gun there for Findeed. Almost got the fuel pump there. We got Grenaders. Not sending a grenade off against the Maxim there. And attacks from the other side, anticipating them to maybe move out. They're just going to need to bait them out, and where there's burning ours, there's going to be like one man on fire and get them all 4 units to stand here. That means 4 of them are going to be on fire, meaning the damage is going to be much faster. But there you go. Another Maxim is covering up here. Still he gets past the Maxim, he does not set up, it does not get suppressed. So good work there by Findeed. Continued maneuver, but Zarok though is one able to also do such tricks and sneaks past Findeed going for his cuff front. Very well played there by Zarok in return. So both players certainly not slacking off. And we got a 5th Maxim from Zarok. 5th Maxim. That's a lot of manpower, actually, considering they're like 260 manpower. So, Findeed does not give up. He is not intimidated by this Maxim heavy strategy. Will he go for more light infantry guns? Will he go for machine guns of his own? What will Findeed do in such circumstances? Stiumpan uses engineers here by the fuel point. Might want to slightly step further to the side there, Findeed. I really dislike that one. Like, the point sort of seems to invite you to just grab here, but in most cases, like, you just can't quite get on the point there. This is a really nuisance here with this cutoff point. Real nuisance. So it basically offers the illusion of being able to grab the point of the cover, but you really need to set up sandbags here to do so. And Findeed so far hasn't realised it. There we go, he's done it. We got a Maxim heading southwards there for Zarok and the 10th Mechanized Corps. We got assault rifles on the way there for Findeed. The Sturmgewehr 44. Stiumpan is awaiting reinforcement and healing. We got the Leichtes Infanteriegeschütz there, unleashing hell against Zarok's men. And Findeed goes for a flat calf track, just to try and deal with the Maxims that way. An aggressive response. Could work out in many cases, though technically the Maxims can damage it. Oh! Ah, he was almost there in the heavy cover, in which case you could have probably beaten the Maxim. The problem is, without it, it's not quite going to work out. We got the light infantry gun joining in the fun here, but not quite successful. So Findeed has been for now forced on the defense here by Zarok and his Maxim horde. I mean, he's going to, in theory, be vulnerable to light vehicles considering out maneuvering because he's got no snares, but that's about it. And of course, Zarok could have offset this by laying down a lot of mines. Though so far, Zarok is not laying down any mines by the looks of it. Decent hit there, but nothing severe. We got the flak half track out there for Findeed and the 7th Panzer Division in the south here. We got the point there secured, Bart wide down, and the Maxim pushed away. Well, like Kholodny Ferma there, Findeed obviously anticipating some kind of light vehicle here from Zarok, in particular since he went for the flat half track. Though of course you should also be mindful of field guns. But there you go, Maxim bombarded here with the 2cm flak, tearing into the crew, pushing them away. And there you go, Kholodny out here for Findeed. He could try and move up the flak after to bombard the house, rake it with heavy fire. Got moving in the north, good work there by Findeed. And on Maxim setting out to the south, that looks like quite a few engineers coming in as well. Max flak half track still hanging back there. Not really a common variation, and a lot of the half tracks that would have used more likely have been soft-skinned ones, like the 10-2 half track, which apparently the Germans were quite happy for to use to support their assaults and the likes and defences. As a fun note. There you go, got the northern victory point. In fact, he's control all 3 victory points. They're good. The flat half track finally getting a move on. The risk of terminating is 3 of the potential mines here. There you go, flak half track setting in there, supported by the full screens. There you go, catching the Maxim engineers out in the open. Heavy damage being inflicted on the Russians. Getting some more kills, certainly proving to be a reasonable counter here. We got nothing further going on here up north, though. The full screens just holding out for dear life until relieved, or Findeed remembers them and retreats them. Into trouble here. We got a teaching all the way there for Zarok and the 10th Mechanized Corps. In the south force advancing straight to the engineers squad, flak half tracking up. He's not seen any field guns, so if Findeed is seemingly going to get more aggressive here with a flak half track, of course, he's less to be mindful. Any mistake could cost him it, and that would certainly be quite painful since that will leave him with few options then for dealing with Zarok's Maxims, since it is a reasonably decent counter. But there you go, Findeed getting even more aggressive with a flak half track, even more. He's going to try and up for the Maxim there, except it's right beyond the range. Got Jaeger squad out here. Infiltrating behind is going to hit the cut-off point. Findeed just keeps up pressure here for the fatherland. Keeps pushing at those rations. And there you go, Maxim Sturm Pioneers finding out here the support from the lightest Infanterie shots. And actually causing retreat, they're interesting enough. But there you go, T-17 up, flak half attack, immediately pop smoke and retreat. Findeed does not miss a beat, very good. In fact, avoids any damage on the flak half track. So Germany has now managed to push back here against Zarok. Maxim pushed back so far, countering, recently countering anyway, Zarok's strategy here, and certainly Zarok's strategy might not quite be as overwhelmingly initially as it might once have been, so that's good. That is good. Troop ceiling reinforcing, grabbing points, forcing northwards, got a Maxim hanging about here. There you go. Straight to the flak half tack, 2 cm shots, so bouncing off. The forces of the close being rounded out, they're incredibly low in health. Pulls back the flak half tack, he's trying to bait the T-17 into the range of fire of the Raketenwerfer. And I think in this case Zarok sees it because, I see pulling that flak half track further back, so he's probably anticipating Raketenwerfer nearby, so he does not, persist with his T-70 in that area. But he does send in a Maxim, which obviously does not work out well. And we got a Doctor Trust for Zarok. It is mechanized support, and we got guards rifling out here. Bringing in support, the 10th Mechanized Squad Guards Rifle Brigade has been attached to assist in the assault. Under Captain P.F. Fedorov. Yes, they're a bit lacking senior officers at that point, I guess. Engineers bring out the T-70, flak half track hanging about here in the center. Because going to be more aggressive with it, I think. And also being flanked by the T-70. Good work there by Zarok, using it as a mobile point to just quickly push back Findeed's troops. We can see there's going to be spare panzer course up to cover the cutoff point. Right in the middle of the road, though. I'm not entirely sure I'm a huge fan of that particular setup. I mean, that would rather to me seem to invite some rather nasty potential responses. Plus, it sort of makes it hard for them to move vehicles through here and there because it's going to force them into here. You see. There's a potential here for traffic jams there from Findeed. Potential for traffic jams. I'm pretty sure the Wehrmacht's got some kind of instruction book that says don't set up your bloody trucks in the middle of the bloody road. We got the Guardsmen then moving ahead, Maxim's following up. Line gun and Raketenwerfer could be a bit exposed. Got a big push into the south as well. There you go. Guardsmen taking fire from the Schwerpanzer quarters. It's 37 of a flat there. Tang through. Flak half track joining in the fun as well, but it needs to fall back. It's taking too much damage from the Guardsmen. And the church proving to be a very strong stronghold there for them. A formidable bastion of socialism. There you go. Right in front of the Raketenwerfer and the Schwerpanzer quarters. There's a good chance of getting the T-70. Can he get it? And the T-70 goes down. Rocket pierces the armor. Bursting into flames. The Maxim, they almost get the flak half track. That'd be quite a loss of Findeed in the south. Jaeger's pushed back. Need to pull back the flak half track though for repairs. That thing's going to go down in case of a sneeze. And there you go. Chemical got swiped. We got grenade up against the Guardsmen though. Steel Hunt Granate flying through the air. Bursting like sticks of death that normally don't burst, but in this case do burst because they're grenades and not just regular sticks. Follows this one from the north here, outmaneuvering Zarok there, leaving his north open like a door. It should not be left open. Steel pilots working down there to fix up the flak half attack. Troops are healing, reinforcing, grabbing the munitions, and we got a smoke screen. What's that? Oh, it doesn't. Just sounded briefly to me like there's a smoke pop there going off there. It makes also a, puff sound there. So, but occasionally my main does get a bit mixed up some of those sounds. So it goes here for the second line of gun to help deal with the Maxim. Meanwhile, Zarok is finally bringing up a field gun. Good idea there, Findeed might consider some orbital Darden. Could do a lot of damage. We got mines finally going down there from Zarok. He's actually got a lot of munitions. It's a bit surprising he's first beginning to lay down mines now. And then again, you need to sneak up for the south of this. The flak half track to be mindful of. And straight into it. Neatly pinned down and forced to retreat. Petrov and Dmitri dies in a storm of 2 cm high explosive shells. Maxim then being a bit of a pain in the ass. We've got the flak half track, so it's not quite within range. And there goes second lightest Infanteriegeschütz arriving to support see 7th Panzer Division on there. Go Maxim getting hammered by the flak half track and getting pinned down. Veterans run for the flak half track. And we go, further casualties inflicted. And north, though, Sarek's counterattack goes through with a mix of Maxim's infantry and engineers sweeping away Findeed's force, liberating the territories once more for the glory of the Soviet peoples. No sign of anything there from Findeed. No Obersoldaten. Got the second knife gun there joining in the choir of explosions. Need to cover the flak half track. I mean, at some point he must anticipate that Sarek's going to be bringing up a CIS-3 field gun.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
News getting blasted there by Volksgrenadiers. Sturmpanzers laying down mines. Gute Arbeit. You could probably consider laying down some booby traps with the Jaegers, though few people ever consider that. Also, one thing I'm noticing is it doesn't seem like Findeed is very keen on using the barrage ability. So the thing is to keep in mind, with any artillery weapon, the barrage is generally the best way of utilising, since the barrages are just faster but also more accurate. And that of course also applies to light infantry gun. I mean, auto-fire is reasonably nice, you don't have to manage it, but it's not super effective compared to just specifically calling down barrages. In this case, of course, with 2 firing down, you do sort of get enough volume that it doesn't particularly matter. Of course, you'll also now be seeing the field gun, which you might want to silence or smoke or something there. Counterattack in the north here with 2 Volksgrenadier squads sweeping through Sarek's thinned out lines. We got the field gun, the Maxim moving ahead here. Flak half track falling back. Jaeger's advancing, taking up its position instead. I think see this. Findeed is also repositioning his light infantry guns, realising they might in fact be a bit too exposed. And there you go, flamethrower attack through the hedgerows, striking at Jaeger's force on the back. So there are no barrages there from Findeed. And back here, healing reinforcements going there for Zarok. And the 10th Mechanized Corps. Men getting ready once more for the big push. And we got Tech up already, of course. So you can go for T-34s from the 6th to begin pushing our arm at Findeed, who's going for a Panzer IV. The Panzerkampfwagen 4 flank. They're running into the flak half train in the south. There's a field gun ready to support. In fact, Sag is bringing up a second one. So he's actually playing for armor. Is he going to try and just stall here for the ISU-152? Holy smokes, that was close. Almost lost his flak half track there, but there you go. Harassment stinging past, cutting off Zarok once more from his fuel. Indeed, definitely carries on his flanking operations up north there. Folks assaulting Gaspment, desperately fling a grenade, but sadly, quite missed time there by Zarok, allowing the folks to just pass right by it. Panzer IV almost on the south here. Flak half track keeps up its job despite being heavily damaged. They're holding down engineers, buying time for the fatherland to ignore its request for assistance. This is Feldwebelrudel. I need support, damn it. I'm a flak half track, not a panzer. Jaeger swinging through there. We got the Panzer IV here, Wolfing deep, pin up machine on the way. And Maxim once more in the line of fire with light infantry guns. And this time it's actually bombarding. Too bad for Findeed for some reason. Either he's bombarding. It seems like he's bombarding the wrong spot, which is a bit unfortunate. Like he's finally doing it and then it's the wrong spot. We got a T-34 on the way for Zarok, realising with the arrival of the Panzer IV he can't really afford to wait about. We got in the northern victory point. Victory point was always pretty close between the two players. Fortunately they need to retreat. 2 Maxims bearing down is one hell of a reception. He could still go for some Obersoldaten. Of course, he might not be keen on getting those. Some hiccups there. Boob chaps, I think. The good choice. God damn it. A mechanized regiment for Findeed. I mean, he's playing all right now for King Tiger. Definitely not recommend that. I mean, that's the option. He's considering maybe a Stukas of Fuss to help deal with some of Zarek's Maxims and dug-in elements, which, in well-used life course, wouldn't be a bad choice at all. But we'll see. We got the Wehrmacht Schlepper, though, sending out there for Findeed. Zarek's moving out his support teams. And one T-34 they're roaming about. We got a demo charge here behind the house. And for they're taking quite a loss there. Reinhard and Jürgen blasted to bits. Down begins bombarding away. Up north, Panzer IV there. Going in, but not quite succeeding. He's trying to bombard through the hedgerows here with the flat calf track, but does not really work out. Another push for the center. Using like Kenrith in this case to creep up and grab the victory point here under Zarek's nose. Will Zarek like this? Will they tolerate this? Got Betty 2 there on one of the light infantry guns with minor success. Getting some hits in there. Mechanized regiment almost up here. Fourth indeed. In the south, yeah, engineers sneaking through here. Going to try and go for the fuel point, avoiding the exposed point here, where the flak half attack could be watching. Obviously, that's only going to delay the response by a few seconds. Note, by the way, keeping it quite far away. Then in this case, that means just as the point render neutral, you can't see them anyways. Panzer IV, there's a Guardsman, Volkswagen Steel Panzer supporting. Good little force here by Findeed. In this case, Zarek is pretty rapidable away and avoiding any sort of unfortunate scenario there. A lot of Maxims can sort of be heard constantly here. Got the southern victory point, no response there from Findeed. He's too preoccupied around the centre north. Panzer IV waiting for duty, a job. Come on, Findeed, move forwards. For Germany. Church collapses. I mean, finally taking too many hits, and there you go. Flak half track finally pushing back some rations. Actually very close to victory 2, which is pretty good there for Findeed. Gives it a damage boost. Back here, troops in and reinforcing. Got the Panzer IV joining in. We got the Guardsmen and the Sturmpanies clashing out. Oh, it's each supported by their own tank. But in this case, though, Findeed's troops fall back part faster, leaving Findeed in this case forced to pull back his Panzer IV. Katyusha for Zarek, not playing for the ISU, but instead going for some rocket artillery. That way soft knock Findeed's position, so that's going to be his artillery choice. Not bad. Wielded aggressive, of course, it can be quite nasty. We got a Kenrith for number 2 there from Findeed, which indicates, of course, he's worried about armored ultimate. Try and push a bit more with them, maybe, or at least free up his Panzer IV. So there are a few possibilities there for Findeed. But the up north is reasonably open, so you can maybe push up with some infantry and a tank, and then keep the line for guns in support as well. But now, say they're switching up approach, sending the tank southwards. Very good work there. That's going to catch, I think, Findeed off guard. Also, a lot of mines there. Second McKenna for Katyusha, they're almost done for Zarek. And there you go, shots fired. T-54 direct hit on the flak half like Kenrith response in kind. Smoke pop, he's going to lose the Kenrith there, I think. High likelihood, anyways, due to the old machine gun. We got line guns bombarding. And there you go, the Kenrith did go up. We got the Panzer moving down. Bit of light damage up north here, Proto's Guardsman, supported by a Maxim force and retreating the Volkswagen in a few moments. Up north there, flagging up behind the Maxims, realising an opportunity there to push that one back maybe. Good work there by Findeed. In the south, the Panzer IV dealing with Maxims. Noticing the artillery crews, that means the Panzer IV doesn't have to worry about the Kenrith right away. They could turn around the Panzer's front there to get a bit more extra machine gun damage in there from the hull machine gun as well. Right here, the problem is he doesn't know what's around. He doesn't have any infantry to send to him. He probably doesn't want to send the tank because he's got nobody's waiting. And we got finally a Maxim stolen away there from Sack, putting Sack down to now 4 Maxims with Findeed then having 1. So this is fine in the center, trying to take out the line 3 guns. Almost getting one of them. Almost, but not quite. Double field guns there's waiting as well, in which case it's a really good idea he didn't send in the Panzer 4 there with no idea what was waiting, because he could very quickly lose his Panzer 4. So a good response there. Indeed could go for additional arm. Of course he might have planned to stall for the King Tiger, but that's going to be a lot of time there when nothing happens. There you go, spots the demo charge here. Let's try to deal with it. From a safe distance, in this case ends up retreating with Guardsmen approaching. Mines up north by the northern victory point. Panther 4 holding back a bit. We got the infantry moving in here. Victory point wise, there's a slight lead now to Findeed over Zarok. Slight, but there it is noticeable. And there we go. Panther 4 charges 4's got the Maxim. Then we got Filter caught with the other Maxim. Doesn't probably spot the field guns. And where to sweep through here could run straight into the field guns here then. Flak half attack, finally victory 2, then increased damage, and they're going to need to run off. Line gun healed, reinforced. German infantry preparing as well for the next big push for the fatherland to throw back the Russians to Moscow. T-34 Sun 60 closing in Veteran G2. Northern victory promptly shot but hit a mine, and a T-34 inbound as well there. Indeed, there's not going for anything else. It increasingly is looking like he is very much aiming here for the King Tiger. It's going to give Shag more time to bring up what he wants, which could be an ISU. But Kenner for sadly not recruiting time is now going to get destroyed up north for running to the T-34, supported by Maxim, needs to retreat. And they're sending Maxim trying to occupy the centre, or at least hold the centre, but that's not quite resulting in a lot of luck. Either we got Katusha fire there trying to take out the more veteran of Findeed's 2 line free guns. Though in this case most of the rockets miss the target. You need to be careful about getting too close to his own mine, so that could actually assist Zarok in taking out his light infantry gun and wiping its redundancy.
We now stand at 300 points.
300 points left now for Findeed. He's lost whatever lead he did have very rapidly. And there you go, Panther 4 that takes out almost the entire guard squad. Mine goes off there. Almost got the guardsmen to pick up a light machine gun or whatever it was and get wiped. And now we got the field guns open to the full guns. The Maxim could turn about, but now the Panther 4 could then rush that instead. And maybe, nope, doesn't. Still getting the centre victory point up north. Then Maxim running to trouble here. Bit now? No, not actually a lot. They could rush in the flak half to deal with it though. But I'm guessing he's a bit too preoccupied with what's going on in the south. Oh, mine goes off. T-34 moving back the 2 field guns opening up in the Panther 4. One shot bounce, but the Panther 4 has to fall back in this case. But yeah, he's waiting for the King Tiger now. We're roughly about 3 minutes away there from a King Tiger here for Findeed. Zarok though is not too far from the ISU. In fact, he's about 2 minutes away from the ISU 152. Not a lot of badging here from the field gun, but there you go. Zarok was blasted to bits. And there you go, sending in the flak have to deal with the Maxim up north though without any spotters. He's going to have to get pretty close there to see the bastards and then shoot them to bits. Mines down here, Zarok, they're certainly getting more aggressive mines. He's still got a lot of munitions. He could be laying down a lot more. And in this case runs into some. Findeed on the end has not been lax with his munitions. Maxim wiped, but he should still be able to recover it there from the battlefield. And there you go, full support on the flak half track. And now there you go, taking fire, except apparently only 2 shots left in that reload. There you go, forcing retreat. Maxim taking heavy loss there from the Vetri 2 flak half track. Could almost be wiped here if the flak half track was actually a bit closer. He'd probably be able to get the wipe there, but still almost took it out. Good work. Gute Arbeit. Panther 4 good to go. Once more for Germany. Also got an artillery barrage there loaded up. Mine goes off. Sag's money beginning to pay off. And there goes Sag with an ISU 152, the Sphero boy, the Beast Killer. That'll pin up machine gun there. Maxim then to fire from the lightning guns. We've got Maxim coming against the knees, pushing for the centre victory point. And there you got further north, T-Foot getting the full gunneries. Panther 4 nearby, full gunneries with Kholodny, Flak half-tech could also move up to support. 1,000 manpower there for Indeed, I think, flooding off a lot, but then again, if he wants the King Tiger, he does need a lot of pop cap freed up, so he can't really use it. In the south, Maxim continues to defend there, could have sent the flak half attack maybe. We got a tit strike in from Findeed. On the Maxim. Up north, I think, yeah. Rumbling of the artillery's closer here, but the question is, where's he firing it? Oh, it was in the south, actually, it was in the south, taking out the Maxim. Sag is now down to 3 Maxims. We got the Fields up pursuing the Panzer 4. Now having support against it. We got the King Tiger out here from Findeed. We got the ISU here rolling up the centre, taking out one of the line guys above the Katusha barrage, leaving Findeed now with just one. They can recruit the other one. But he still lost the experience, which is going to be harder for Findeed and the German army to replace. But there you go, target 2 out for Findeed and the German army. Got the Max now flanking like Kholodny Ferma, point blank, negative cover. That like is going to get wiped. Good work by Zarok. Sending up the King Tiger straight through the centre. Bold move. Especially if he doesn't know what's waiting there, like say the ISU 152. And the south victory point there being secured. And there you go. I should reveal, we also got the Fields ready to support and cover its flank. Findeed's going to need a larger assault. Maybe there's some light guns laying down smoke screens, denying the field guns some usage there. But we'll see what Findeed does here. Hasn't recruited that one. King Tiger falling back. It's only quiet here. Findeed is taking a very measured approach here versus Zarok. Slow and thoughtful, methodical even. And there you go, Maxim caught by the flak half attack and the Maxim heavy damage. Got the field gun there, or King Tiger joining in, I mean. Field guns are joining in, one shot penetrates. Light gun repaired, or recruit. Maxim lead push back, got the single line gun moving up. T-Fit force moving in, flak half attack needs to fall back, it takes it down to half health. Looks like Findeed's making too much. There you go. Manages to pull it back. And there you go. King Tiger shoots, misses the T-34 from the 6. Up north, there we got the Panther dealing with engineers. A lot of stuff going there. You got the Ashumin going straight here for the line free guns, I think. Maxim caught here, we got the Panther 4 joining there, go direct hit on the ISU by the King Tigers, 88 high velocity moving down, we got folks with Jaeger supporting here, direct hit from the field guns on the King Tiger. Line free guns could try and deal with the field guns, but instead he's trying to deal with a Maxim, a missed opportunity I think. Says the Maxim can't hurt his King Tiger, the field guns on the other hand can. Panther 4 the flank, but they're going to with the T-54, we got a squad down though, bit of loss there for Findeed. Looks like the Jaegers bit the dust. And we got Mark Vehicle off, he's lost another squad, a full squad bit the dust. Signing some pretty heavy losses there for Findeed and the German army, leaving the 7th Panzer Division deprived of troops in its most critical hour, which also makes it hard for him to get aggressive with his tanks. Aircraft shot down, did not use the anti-aircraft mode, then again with the flak half attack and the King Tiger, it's not particularly necessary. Mostly the flak half attack though, obviously doing its job there. King Tiger, Panther 4 repairs. We've got repair pioneers up there for the mechanized regiment. Very good. Sehr good. Line for against the dodges a rocket barrage for the most part, though Fritz gets a bit covered in dirt. Panther 4 good to go. Land for gun reinforcing, healing again. So in the flak half track though, with practically no repairs done to it. Need to be careful that he doesn't push it too far. We got the R2 rolling ahead by Kedma creeping forwards. King Tiger's almost good to go. Direct hit. And a Panther 4 striking in the north here for Germany, supported by a Maxim. He's going to try and grab that victory point once more. Denied to Zarok. But he needs to get the flak after. We can see the R2 going after the cook. Maybe try and strike at it. And he hits a mine. The flak half track goes down. Good work there by Zarok with all those mines, taking out the flak half track in the end, punishing Findeed for not repairing it sooner. Well, he can now get out some armour to support his King Tiger and Panther 4. A Yak Panzer I think would be a decent choice there with its high rate of fire. Also more tunable faster. Like he's almost got the fuel for it. In which case, you can use the Yak Panzer to support the King Tiger and then sort of flank with the Panther 4. In which case, you might have a chance of taking out the ISU. If sort of executed correctly. In particular, with a few smoke screens perhaps in the right place. T-Feather are known for us, and there we go. Findeed is in fact thinking exactly that. He does go for the Yak Panzer. Great minds think alike, as they say, though they also say fools rarely differ, so this could also prove to be a highly wrong decision. We got another T-34 there for Zarok, though, bringing in more medium armor to take on the fascists. Definitely, I think, the right response here. I mean, he's got the ISU to sort of deal with any armor if it really comes down to it, plus just more tanks is good. Though the Yak Panzer might give him a hard time. Ah, poor Jurgen, direct hit from a rocket, completely obliterates him. Pretty quiet here. Findeed feels very passive. He's probably trying to figure out what he wants to do, but I mean, if you sort of got a King Tiger, they're just sending him out doing nothing. You're just wasting a lot of resources. That's sort of the problem here. But there you go. Yak Panzer arriving there for Findeed and the German army. It was known as apparently as a lighter Yak Panzer, sort of as a further fun fact. It was actually originally intended as a Stug or Sturmgeschütz, which of course is machine gun sort of in the front of the hull there, certainly also help point out. But there you go, direct hit on the R2 from the King Tiger on the Kholodny over there. Might be able to get it there. Yak Panzer moving as well there. King Tiger though misses, Yak Panzer misses as well. But the T-34 takes hit, need to go for the Yak Panzer, that should have the King Tiger spearheading. There you go, almost got the T-34, T-34 against the penetrating hit there on the Yak Panzer. You got Mark Wiegel off the King Tiger, they're getting flanked by the T-34, Panther 4 is getting to support and cover the flank. Field guns also for firing. They need to smoke. He's calling in artillery though. He's calling in artillery. Got a bombing strike in here. It's turning into a bit of a mess. King Tiger needs to cover the Yak Panzer taking out. Oh no! Artillery raining down in all the clustered up field guns and whatnot. But the King Tiger is just taking too much damage. Re-exposed. T-34 moving into the high rate of fire, knocking out the King Tiger. Only one field gun on the other hand was taken out by the artillery bombardment. Quite a loss there for Indeed. A massive loss. So there just wasn't enough support in immediate solution. They're probably just trying to get them smoked here by the field guns. And he didn't get the ISU either. Pretty bad. And now we got again the T-34 going behind the Panther 4 again with a high rate of 5. Field gun there gets it. ISU survives. A disastrous engagement for Indeed. He's barely got anything left in comparison. Anything left. He finally went on the offensive, maybe was forced into it either way. He proceeded to more or less lose everything he had in a matter of moments. Bit of smoke in this, maybe supporting. I think he'd have done a lot better and at the Panther for their supporting as well. He should also have had the Yak Panther stay behind to cover the King target advantage. Instead, he just ended up with a traffic jam, making an easy target there for a bombing strike there from Zarok. Certainly vindicating somewhat all of his munitions float. Again, T-34-76 should not be underestimated if you can flank, in particular with ace loaders that gains a high rate of fire. Combine that then with the marked vehicle and actually do a ton of damage rapidly. So right now, Findeed has been forced onto a very unfortunate defensive there, having well remained for the most part. But he's certainly got very little room now for pushing out against Zarok. Though they're still pretty close in terms of victory points. Actually, quite surprising how just close they've been there. Like neither player gains a massive lead over the other one. So in some ways, it's certainly been a close fight. Eventually, feeling the Lexus infantry shoots. Of course, the funny thing about an infantry gun is pretty much all of its, veterancy largely sort of works only on the badges. So, if you don't use the badges in the light infantry gun, you're not even getting much benefit from the experience. More Kenners. I mean, obviously, if Findeed knows what kind of situation he needs a Kenners, he needs a lot of them because he also lost another one there. I see though is still awaiting repairs. They focus on the T-34. I think that's actually the right job there. I mean, just getting the medium tank back faster is definitely the right choice. You can just pressure on the field faster. And again, it's an ace. It can do a lot of damage. So very good response there by Zarok. Manning to hard run from the T-34. The crew just goes, "Hey, where did it go?" But there you go. More into the Kenners. He might actually lose the ace to this. Might just lose it. No, he makes a quick turn there. Very good work. Whew. Close one there. But he was able to save the AC using its incredible speed to get the devil out of there. Sharp save. So will Findeed aim for another Yak Panzer, Panzer IV? Will he try and aim for a Panther at this stage? Zarok is just bringing up more T-34s and 6 is easily able to replace any of the losses suffered, which was one tank. Just bring in more. And South Maxim grabbing points here, cutting weight Findeed's territories. T-34-76 slowly approaching, being ready. Northern victory point to point their score around the northern victory point. Volker suppressed is trying to go for the cutoff point due to the presence on Maxim. There will be guy line gun landing an excellent hit there, by the way. And we actually got badges off for once. This time actually hitting, of course, they aim better, but there you go. We can see Katyusha barrage off in the infantry gun. They're trying to take it out. But it's only quite a loss of Findeed, and he does lose it just as about to hit veteran before. Bad news there. Up north, the harassment going on by the fuel point there. Kednev is caught and repelled, and he goes for another Yak Panzer. Findeed is feeling pretty pressured there and sees another solution but another tank destroyer. And there you go, got the AC for the wing. We actually got Kednev there ready. He could try and Panther fast maybe, but it's not just been able to escape here. Kednev forcing. Quick barrage there, Kednev opening up on the T-34-76. And I feel them bombarding the other Kednev, forcing the Findeed to fall back with it instead of, being able to threaten Zarok's tanks. So quite some nasty fighting there. Back here, healing reinforcement going. The south point being secured as well. Yak Panzer almost done there, almost done. And the ice shoe almost good to go. He's actually not been able to repair it a lot and almost wiped the Maxim there, by the way. Oh, he did actually get a wipe there. They can't do anything further with it. Almost lost the full screen of the squad return, which I definitely would not call worth it. But a second Yak Panzer out here for Findeed and the 7th Panzer to be sure. Maxim coming up here against the enemy. Maxim okay, going point. We've got the Yak Panzer moving in. Ishu shoots, wipes out half of the Kednev crew. That's going to have to force retreat there for Findeed, and he probably won't be able to get it back without getting it wiped. He could get lucky though, but probably not. Nope. He does. Pictures about on the southern Maxim there. Line for guns should probably try and bombard the Maxim there. Forcing the setting for flank. Maxim getting blasted into the dirt here by the Volksgrenadiers. And there you go, Brandhandgranate. And Obersoldaten for Findeed. Back here, reinforcement. That's another wave of Germany moves. And there goes trying to sneak on the ISU with the Yak Panzer shot that easily bounces. Same shot that penetrates. Not doing. Oh, actually fails to hit. It seems just didn't penetrate. Bad luck there for Findeed. They couldn't soon go for a second Yak Panzer, which could help out. So needs to cover his infantry meanwhile. These guys are prone down 150. He's got 206. Ace still quickly up notice like Kholodny for using again its sheer speed. So Findeed has been able to grab most of the map here, which is impressive. They're probably starting to say now just most having engineers and Maxims and the T-34 there to sort of grab territory. So that does give Findeed, who does have more infantry and supporting him, so I can't see him just hold a bit more. Will he go for a second Yak Panzer? Thus he'll open up for double Yak Panzer, that way trying to destroy the tanks very fast, which would probably be his best bet, alongside all those like Kidnappers. Certainly a lot of scrap and debris all over the place. I'd also want to get Steel Pioneers to work on that Yak Panzer. This has seen some damage. Double Kidnappers on the ISU. Yak Panzer could also support, but it doesn't. Need to retreat. Double Kidnappers about straight on. Punishing if indeed for bunching them up. There we go. One Kiffer hit and destroyed. Got the centre victory point. He's got the northern most relative effect now has been quickly bled out of victory points here. So what will Findeed go for next? Will it be the Yak Panzer number 2? Will it be a Panzer 4? Will it be a Panther? Will it be an Austrian? Or will it for some reason go crazy and try and play for another King Tiger? Well, time will tell. Time will tell. Another Maxim there for Zarok. Looks like his 3 is bugged up. Like there's only one man and he's not even standing by the field gun. There goes spotted by the ISU. Shot at. Just retreating. Looks like Findeed is. I don't know what I was looking at here. To be honest, again, it could be the Yak Panzer, could be the Panther. Oh dear, point blank here with the T-54 Bod's getting shot at, but needs to retreat. And Maximum retreat being flanked by the Kenman, that's a bit interesting. That is a bit interesting. Kenman and the T-34-76. Neat hit there. And Findeed's going for a Panther now. Ooh, almost right there by the ISU. $70 centers and 260 victory points left here. Yak Panzer sitting forward. It's going to go here for the ISU. Misses though spectacularly. Second shot that penetrates, almost on the need to retreat though, they're going to get annihilated. Might still do nice retreating. That was close actually. Yak Panzer misses again. Troops in reinforcing. But now Findeed's the one back to being bled out here by Zarok. A lot of Maxims just abandoned. Apparently, Zarok just isn't bothering. He's just getting new ones instead of recruiting the other ones. That's a bit interesting to note. And there you go. Panther riding for Findeed. Germany. The Panzerkampfwagen 5. South Maximing set for the victory point. As Findeed heads for the northern one. He's got the Panther up there to support. Mine went off. Trying to hit for the centre one, not quite out of the Archer in the 5. We got the T-54s nearby. Gonna artillery strike called in here on Zarok. We got the Yak Panzer moving in. Shoots the T-54, gets a hit. Again with the wipe by the T-54s. Artillery strike just not really achieving much with the need there, to be honest, a bit of waste of minutes. We got the Panther seemingly heading south, but he realised most of the armour is there. It's gonna flank in from the north, though with no mines for support, it's gonna be a bit risky. I mean, Zarok hasn't mined here much, but actually hasn't mined at all, so there's a theoretic work there for Findeed, but it could get a bit uncomfortable. 184 versus 77. Getting close here, getting close. Another T-54 for Zarok. Findeed is back to being Zarok. There you go, T-54 moving it, taking out fire from the Panther direct. Ah, it misses, it misses. Artillery 5 not achieving much against the centre victory point. Southern one has not been secured either. Maxim seemingly forced away there. Yes, indeed. And Artillery 5 trying to silence the other light infantry gun. McKen was just firing at the machine gun in hopes of achieving something. There you go, T-54 rushing forwards. Finally, the Panther hits. There you go, McKen gets a good hit. But he lost another line infantry gun, leaving Findeed now with any artillery, unless, of course, he just recruits it. Need to go there with the Panther though, Findeed, Forsect. His forces are scattered. He's going for an Austrian now to help probably deal with some of the Maxims and whatnot. Big hit from the T-34, but doesn't penetrate. IC also struggles because we don't have to time ping there. Go Mark Meek on the Panther. And a maximum ping right next to it. Needs to put back that Panther in particular. Don't expose the rear, Findeed! 9! Direct hit, taking down to half health, and we got the other T-54 moving in. He's going to lose the Panther because he exposed the rear. Oh no. That's got to feel bad. Got lucky there, they missed, but the Panther goes down in the end. That's got to be some bad Panther, just a mistake there, but Findeed are away though. That Panther exposing its rear armor to the T-54s just as Mark Wheel went off. Easily out them to do a ton of damage to the Panther and take it out. Got the Flag Punch sitting out there for Findeed. He is struggling now. Zarok's been able to rebuild his forces. Findeed has not quite had the same success. He's trying to destroy the Max from the Yak Punch, but that is not having much luck either. There we go. Good hit from the Yak Punch. We got the Irish moving in as well there. More than a threat to the Yak Punch in the south. Maxim with Austrian support going to clear out the Russian Maxim. If the Austrian can just hit. Now, of course, moving about does not help, by the way. And we got an airstrike call in here on the Maxim. Trying to retreat with his... Oh! That was pretty close. 70 points left, there's only 58 there. Another T-54 for Zarok. He just keeps getting more. He just keeps getting more. And an artillery strike called in to deal with the Max up north. It goes for that victory point. That comes moving in. There you go. Almost got the ace. Finally. Finally. No. Oh, he does get it though. Tiny victory there for Findeed. At least some vengeance for the brave tank crews and German infantrymen died to it. But beyond the not so much like that. There is closing University 2. Then his Yak Pants got Orbside moving in. And he's finally got something done for the southern victory point. So 139 versus 70. Doing up the Austrian to flank here. getting some half-decent hits in. And Katyusha Bash, they're trying to silence it. Yak Panzer not in support. Orbs are also retreating. Almost got the southern point there. Been neutral. Lost a unit. Quite a loss there for Findeed. Can't really afford infant losses now. But he's back to bleeding out. Say there's 67 on the 39. Yak Panzer just hanging back. They're not even getting repaired. Let's say now with just 3 T-34s. Got more orbs on Findeed. Some pretty expensive infantry choices he's making this late into the game. $60 versus 139. Cancels. Goes for a Kholodny Ferma instead. Not entirely sure that's going to work out considering their previous successes. Another Maxim there though for Zarok. Another machine and gewehr. Hits a mine there with his Ostwind. Zarok mines are definitely proving to be quite a nuisance there. Maxim's close to being taken out. In this case seems to persevere. And there go T-34 rolling in. The Ostwind, oh, he's going to move in. The Yak Panzer gets support. 50 points left here from Aishu caught, but he got nothing to really sort of take advantage of this, you know, by catching off guard and destroying it. T-34 going straight to the mine. Oh. Need to build more distance between the tanks than the Yak Panzer here. Eventually 2 games, but the Ostwind's going to go down. The Ostwind's going to go down. Mark vehicle off. Yeah, too slow there to get distance. Now the T-34 needs to close in. Mark vehicle up there as well, making more damage. And as they get close, of course, they also decrease the armor value of the frontal armor of the Yak Panzer anyways. Bombing strike called in. The Kenrov's heading up. Lost the Yak Panzer though. Spare Panzer Corps is taken out by the artillery strike here, decimating Findeed's forces, leaving with barely anything left. He's still got a victory point lead. He's still got Zarok down to 29 victory points now. Rendered the center point neutral, even is bleeding out here, though he lost an orbital squad in the process. Findeed's only chance now is basically VPs. He's lost 2 Maxes. Somehow hope to defeat Zarok in straight up battle now. 21 points. 19. 17. 15. Fix up the Ostwinds need to get us down here fast to help defend the southern victory point up north. Troops marching into Maxim there. Close to victory 3 for Findeed. And he's going for a Puma now, an interesting choice.
They only have 10 points remaining.
10 points left for Zarok. 9. He's managed to stop it right at 9. Damn close here. 9 victory points left for Zarok. Can he win this, or can Findeed somehow pull through? But Zarok's got a large force. Findeed does not.
Get ready. Puma ready to deploy.
First Puma arriving. Ostwind somehow can't hit a point blank. That's a bit depressing. Now we got the T-34, got 1 Puma to support for now. That's, I think, not quite going to cut it. And Aishu shoots as well. Puma flanking the T-34 from 6. Mark vehicle up. Panzerfaust. Puma fire there. Go Maxim down. Maxim down. It's going to lose the Ostwind. Yup, down, but he did get the T-34. He's grabbing the southern victory point. Zarok is not responding though. Not very fast. Of course, might be hoping he can grab the northern one. You can see starting in with a lot of Maxims surrounding Findeed's Maxim there. I shoot the getting flanked by the Puma though. Volkswagen's getting wiped out. Got him, Himmel. Maxim pinned down though, meaning he can't actually contest the point even. Puma's going into the center. Findeed is finally getting more aggressive. In this case, it's just too late because he can't concentrate enough forces there. It's meaningless. Maxim there again. It's not concessions. It's just letting it die. There's 6 points left. 5 points left for Zarok. 5 points. Apparently the field gun is still working. It's bugged out and can still fire. That thing's probably being operated by a sort of stray mustache hair from Stalin. And with this, I think it's safe to say GG Findeed is very much dead. And game over here. A loss for the German army. Utter destruction at the hands of Zarok. A brutal fight showing Maxim was good, but apparently not too good. Findeed, I think in many cases had a good chance there, but problem was some of his assaults didn't quite work out. His assaults were too passive at times. Didn't pressure Zarok enough, and I also feel like at times didn't use his light infantry guns quite well enough, despite having several of them. There were no smoke screens, and barrages at times weren't quite efficiently used either. And a part of me has to wonder if he actually went for the right doctrine as well. I think it's some more aggressive moves there Findeed. There's some good flanks. Could probably want him here versus Zarok, but in the end, there you go. Game over, and of course well played there by Zarok. So hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, one, subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everyone. If not, send in me plan, find some feedback in the comments section. And if you like what I do consider donating or pledging on Patreon. This is Imperial Links. Cheers, thank you for watching. Hope to see you tomorrow for another exciting episode. Bye.